If you haven't started to think about putting mineral on the ground when the snow is starting to melt, the robins are coming back north, you need to be thinking about it because it's the time of year when the deer herd needs this kind of stuff the most. The fawns are about ready to be born, so those does need to be as healthy as possible. And of course the bucks, the ones that we're all chasing, need the minerals to create the antlers that we ultimately hunt during the fall. I'm standing with Randy from Extreme Hunting Solutions. Randy, tell me a little bit about what I'm holding, why we're putting it right here, and what it does for these deer.
Sure, Luke. You know, big buck mineral is really important. Really, getting minerals out in the ground this time of year is essential, because once a buck's antlers fall off their heads, they're already starting to push through and grow no antlers. But also, too, as you mentioned earlier, it's not just the bucks that are going to eat this. You've got the does, so you want to help the reproductive system, and you've got fawns when they're born. That's going to help them to grow and be healthy. So it's big. It's really like a big multivitamin. What makes big buck mineral different than every other mineral on the market is we have come up with using chelated technology. And what chelation means is when the animal eats it, unlike other minerals on the market where most of it goes out the other end, their bodies actually absorb it. We're the only chelated mineral on the market. So Luke, what you want to do when you go to your local feed store or your local supplier, you want to take that bag of mineral, you want to flip it over, okay? And you're going to see two things. You're going to see ingredients and you're going to see guaranteed analysis. What ingredients means is, like, basically, if they do something like that, they can say it's in there. So forget about ingredients. What you want to look at is guaranteed analysis. That means the manufacturer is guaranteeing you that these nutrients, these ingredients are in the bag. So for example, if you look here is salt, minimum and maximum. You got 36 to 40% salt, which 36 to 40 is optimum. That's what a deer can absorb. It's going to help them. So this is really important to make sure all those nutrients and ingredients in the right amounts are in there. So that's a really important factor to look at when purchasing a mineral.
Cool. So I've decided this is what I want to help my deer. The does for rearing those fawns and the bucks for growing those antlers. How do I set this up properly?
You want to clear an area of the ground. The ground's a little frozen right now, so it's not going to be as easy, but basically be about 1.5 to 2 foot diameter, okay? You want to basically go in with your shovel, take up the area. You don't want to pour it flat on the ground.
Okay. So spread it out throughout the whole bowl.
Yeah, just pour it right into the hole.
Okay.
Okay. And then what you're going to do is now, just because it's a brand new site, you're going to mix a little bit of dirt, just a small amount, because the deer are used to eating dirt right off the ground.
Okay.
Every time thereafter, put in straight mineral. The reason that's important is the more dirt you mix in, you want to eat mouthfuls of mineral, 100% mineral. If you add in dirt, for example, they're not getting 100% of the mineral. You're diluting the vitamin and the nutrients that they're ingesting. Another important thing, Luke, is make sure that this hole is never empty, any of your mineral stations. Now, some people will say, well, it got wet and it got absorbed into the dirt. Even if that's true, only traces of the mineral. Now they're eating mostly dirt, not mineral. So what I normally like to do on my farms is I'll dig a hole and I'll put in about anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds per site. I don't have to go back as often to check it, and I'm not worried about if I only put out 8 pounds and I come back in 2 weeks, it's been empty for a week, I've lost a week of them growing. So it's important to never let that hole get empty. You want to make sure it's got mineral completely in there from now all the way through the end of July into August, and then forward, you're going to see it's going to start to drop off. Mineral should not be used in the fall. Deer won't eat it. They're going to walk right past it. You're wasting your money. So mineral really is February, March, all the way through into July, possibly into August. You're going to notice a big peak in the middle, May, June, April, May, June, and it's going to start to drop off again because they know, their bodies know what they need when they need it. Biggest key, don't let it get empty.